Welcome back. This morning, we are wrapping up our series, My Life Out Loud, where we share the stories of everyday people who have been treated differently just for being themselves.
And this morning, you're going to hear from a woman named Kim Rhodes. Kim is opening up about her childhood in Oklahoma and the changes that she's seen in herself during the recent push for racial equality.
It took me a long time to come to terms with who I am as a Black person because of just the way I grew up and not being around that many Black people. So it took me a long time to kind of look at myself and say, you're okay, you're fine the way you are. I grew up in a town called Owasso, Oklahoma, and it was very white. Most of the time I was the only Black kid in all my classes from elementary school on up to senior year of high school. It was just a place where you kind of got used to being the only person that looked like you in the room. You kind of know that you are not the default. White people are the default, so you kind of just have to make your own way. The first time I was called the Nword, I believe I was in first grade. I had gotten into an argument with one of my classmates and he called me the Nword, and it happened again a couple of years later and then again in middle school. And it was just one of those things that was always in the back of your head, like you knew that there was a good chance that you were going to be called the Nword at some point. In the curriculum of Oklahoma history, they didn't teach us about the Tulsa race massacre, like nothing about it at all. They always kind of downplayed it. The older I got, the more I realized that it was just indifference, like people didn't care that it had happened. When it's this enormous part of American history that happened so close to us that was just buried.
What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Now!
My initial reaction at the very beginning was a lot of fear because a lot of the protests in Brooklyn were really dangerous at first. Steven, my boyfriend, he went to the first couple of big protests in New York. I had to tell him, hey, I don't think I should go. I really, really feel unsafe. I think I'm just gonna stay inside. That was kind of the first time in our relationship, in an interracial relationship, where you could really see the differences, because for him, it was really important and it was a thing that he felt he really needed to do. And in my own way, I needed to resist, but for me, resistance looked like keeping my body safe and keeping my mind safe. My way of speaking up and spreading awareness was via social media. With the microphone in front of a lot of Black voices, I was able to share my own experiences.
Black Lives Matter!
I honestly never thought that I would live to see this level of allyship and the quickness with which people have responded and have taken on responsibility to have things changed. It's really astonishing to see this kind of change happening. It's something I never thought I'd see.
We should note that state leaders in Oklahoma agree with Kim about her criticism of the curriculum there. So much so that earlier this year they announced that the Tulsa race massacre would be taught in all Oklahoma schools starting this fall.